It's official. Bleach is back, and it was well worth the wait. Thousand Year Blood War delivered on its promises, and we're already excited with the episode we've seen so far. It should be great to see more Bleach later this year, too. Today, we're talking all about what makes Thousand Year Blood War so great. If you haven't seen it yet, we highly recommend it. This video is going to include some pretty big spoilers. Also, as a preface, we do recommend watching or reading the rest of Bleach before Thousand Year Blood War. This should sound obvious, but we've heard about some new fans wanting to get into Bleach through the new season and just getting confused, which is kind of funny. But seriously, if you haven't seen Bleach at all, the best place to start is the beginning. So to start things off, one thing that we really appreciate about this new season is the lack of filler. Anime adaptations by Studio Pierrot are sort of notorious for their filler, particularly Naruto and Bleach. The original Bleach had a solid start, but towards the middle began to lag behind once the anime caught up to the manga. As a result, its pacing left a lot to be desired, even if the manga was still great. But here, since Bleach has already ended, the anime moves at a much better pace. So hopefully things continue at this pace once the second cour begins later this year. One thing we of course have to shoot out here is the action scenes. The first 7 episodes are basically one long series of fight scenes, and they're all great. It never gets tiring or feels like one fight is dragging on for too long. They all move at just the right pace, switching from battle to make sure all of them get the right amount of focus. That said, there are some spectacular long fights as well. Our personal favorite would be the battle between Yamamoto and the imposter version of Yuhavak. The episode where it happened, episode 6, may just be our favorite episode of the season so far. We were completely surprised by the end of the battle. Another major strength that Bleach has always had is their character designs. Kubo's art has been consistently fantastic over the years, and seeing all of these designs animated again is amazing. We especially like the designs of all the new members of the Vanderreich. This arc included dozens of new villains, and they all have unique and memorable designs. The Vanderreich's whole aesthetic, from their names to their uniforms, is pretty clearly based on a certain authoritarian German political group from World War II. The most obvious would definitely be Quilge Ope, who looks like he wouldn't be out of place in an actual World War II drama. But not all of the Vanderreich uniforms follow an exact pattern other than being white and militaristic. Each member of the group adds their own style and flair to the character design. Even the 3 Sternritters that Kenpachi effortlessly killed had great designs. For example, there's Quilge, who we already mentioned a moment ago. He's probably the ultimate embodiment of what the Sternritters are: dangerous and powerful Quincy's. Just looking at Quilge, you can tell he's a bad guy. His slim build, perfectly kept uniform, and neat hair make him look almost too well put together. Plus, his clean-cut base form is an amazing contrast to his monstrous transformation. Our personal favorite of all the Sternritters in terms of design would be Masque de Mescaline. His overly muscular physique and luchador-inspired design is a lot of fun. It's a simple design compared to some others, but its simplicity is what makes it fun. Another standout design includes Az Not, a guy with a genuinely creepy design. His stick-like build and long hair make him look like that creepy girl from The Ring, which, seeing as The Ring is a remake of a famous Japanese horror film, may be intentional. Not only that, but his covered mouth and pure black eyes make him unsettling. He's definitely the creepiest of the Sternritters. The last Sternritter we like, despite looking a bit ridiculous, is this guy, Nanana Najaku. Yup, that's his actual name. The ski goggles, skinny build, mismatched teeth, and pointy hair do certainly look odd, but there's just something about it that works in a weird way. It's a weird look for sure, but the kind of character design that only the world of Bleach would properly pull off. It's got a certain campiness that we just can't help but love. Kubo always goes all out when it comes to designing his characters, and here is no exception. We're pretty sure Bleach is tied with JoJo when it comes to crazy and awesome character designs. Another great collection of character designs introduced here is Squad Zero. Special shout out has to go out to Tenjiro Kirinji and his overly long pompadour. But honestly, all of them have great designs. Speaking of Squad Zero, we think meeting them is definitely a highlight of the season. After the long battle with Yuhavak and the Sternritters, episode 8, 9, and 10 were a good change of pace. Squad Zero even provided us with some comic relief thanks to them all having some pretty bizarre looking designs. Of course, the episodes that came before were also amazing. Really, this season just keeps topping itself in terms of action. The Vanderreich's invasion of the Soul Society was a great way to start off the season. The action was amazing and brutal and led to the death of several pretty important important characters. It shows us that Thousand Year Blood War really will be the grand finale of Bleach. And honestly, we're excited! Bleach has been an all-time classic shonen series, but has fallen to the wayside somewhat since its hiatus, especially with the omnipresence of the seemingly never-ending One Piece. But seeing Bleach come back has been fantastic, and it seems like the fandom is still around. Seeing Bleach come back is exciting, and it reminds us of what made it such a great manga and anime to begin with. We seriously need to shout out the animation team too. The animators for this season really brought the world of Bleach to life once again, and these scenes are simply amazing. The art in the Bleach manga was already great, and in particular, the manga takes full advantage of being black and white. The color contrast in many of the scenes are beautiful. That's why the Soul Reaper's black robes contrast so well with the Van der Eyck's white uniforms. Of course, at the same time, seeing Bleach in full color and animated is also a great experience. It takes the world and its characters designed by Kubo and fully brings them to life. It's clear that Studio Pierrot really put their all into finally concluding the epic saga of Bleach. Reading a manga and watching an anime are two totally different experiences, and pretty much every aspect of the anime has been perfected. For example, the voice acting. It's wonderful to hear many of the classic voice actors for the Bleach cast return to their roles. It's like seeing an old friend again after a long time. The first episode definitely knows this too, and it gives each central member of the main cast a big introduction and an awesome fight scene to go along with it. Like, it's here to say, yeah, we're back. The intro was honestly perfect. It was an amazing way to be reintroduced to Bleach after 10 years. It tells us that, though it's been long, it's still the same Ichigo, Chad, Orihime, and Ishida we knew back in the day. It's a scene that sticks with you even after you've finished the whole season. Another purpose that the amazing intro serves is giving us a taste of fun right before the much more serious invasion of the Sternritters begin. Because, yeah, with how brutalized so much of the Soul Society got, we really needed something fun to start with. One last major thing that they added to the anime that we're a fan of is the score. Music is always something that can make or break an anime. Sometimes a poorly done soundtrack can seriously take you out of a scene. But luckily, the composer here gave it their A-game, and we've got music that fits perfectly. Plus, we've got a killer new opening and ending themes. So yeah, overall, we really love the new season of Bleach. It's everything we wanted and more. We already went into this new season with pretty high expectations, and not only did Thousand Year Blood War meet them, it surpassed them. We get to see so many of our favorite characters return, and seeing all of this in a fully animated form is fantastic. So if you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? We highly recommend it, and all 13 episodes of the first core are out already. Even better, there's going to be more Bleach content later this year, and we already can't wait.